Thousands of born-again Pentecostals from across the country have today gathered at Kololo to witness the consecration of the newly voted overseer of the born-again fellowship, Bishop Dr. Moses Odong. The event has been graced by prominent pastors, Justice of High Court Mike Chibita, the Executive Director of KCCA, among other guests, and President Museveni has been the chief guest. Bishop Dr. Moses Odong takes on the mantle from his fellow Bishop Joshua Rwele, who has been the general overseer for the last 10 years. Bishop Odong has been anointed and handed the instruments of power to help him execute the mandate. These included a gown, a ring, a Bible, among others. In his speech, the former and immediate predecessor, Bishop Joshua Rwele, commended President Museveni for believing in born-again Pentecostals and according them the freedom of worship, contrary to the previous regimes like that of Idi Amin that had barred the faction. Bishop Rwele asked President Museveni to allocate a special asset like land or a building to a locally as commonly identified for their contribution towards the country's growth.
It is only right that there is affirmative action done towards this group. That is always supportive to government. We pray for government. We support government programs. We are always there. We are not antagonistic. We don't fight anybody. We ask that Your Excellency will consider this as a major issue to this government, that you will leave a landmark, that it's the only government that gave land or building to Balokole, so that we also have a home of our own.
Rwele says the Balokole pick the despised people from the trenches, preach to them and turn them into responsible citizens.
We always start with the underdogs, the unaccepted, and we struggle with them, we love them, we pray for them, we fast with them, we build them into very, very powerful and strong and responsible citizens. Your Excellency, look at that effort that we've been doing.
These have commended President Museveni for his endless efforts to transform and guide the country. They started programs like Entandikwa, Bonabagagawale, Emyoga, and Parish Development Model. They, however, expressed the need for support to transform them from traditional methods of farming into agro-mechanization.
We have now understood that agriculture is one of the pillars of wealth in Uganda. So we thank you for allocating money for that. But we pray that you condense it with those tractors, because those tractors will help the villagers and those that can manage.
Upon consecration, Bishop Odong pledged to unite the entire church and challenged them to engage in economic activities for the transformation of their lives.
When you have something, when you grow your food and you have your food that you can eat, don't sleep hungry, but also you can sell it and have income, you will always be on a better side of the negotiation.
Speaking at the consecration, the chief guest and president of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, commended Balokole for taking the footsteps of Jesus by preaching the gospel, healing the sick, feeding the hungry, and waking up to eradicate poverty in Uganda. Museveni says he's glad the group of believers have woken up and has vowed to support them by providing land and technology to help in mechanization.
Like we handled the issue of the registration, when you are being oppressed, we sorted it out. Even the issue of land will be sorted out.
The new overseer has been gifted with a brand new car to help him in movements. The outgoing overseer, Bishop Joshua Rwele, now joins the Council of Elders. These are meant to be advising the new leadership as well as the country. Ramson and Norman Conte, Church of Uganda Family TV, News at 8.